Hello my brothers and sisters of the Order, welcome back to the Order. I am Celtic Templar, and today y'all, we have got a special treat for you. Say hello to one of my new guns. This is the Mini-14, or as it's also been nicknamed, the M14 Carbine. This gun, as y'all can understand, is a newer design type of gun that was actually used by ranchers. This gun, as many of you don't understand, is a, well, technically a hunter's gun, it's a rancher's gun, it's technically anything, it's a go gun. Now, I had another video ready for the full review. Sadly, because of the wind we had yesterday, sadly, the audio got cut out entirely. So, now I have to do it through here, so yeah. But many people might want to know and ask, Templar, what is the Mini-14? Well, the Mini-14, if none of y'all understand, is the, well, the M14's little brother, or the M14's little cousin, as you would call, which I would have to say little brother, because one, it was designed from the M14. The M14 Carbine, or Mini-14, is only one of two M14 Carbines. There is this model, which is the M14, and there's the Mini-14, and there's the Mini-30. The Mini-30 fires 7.62. This one fires 5.56. So many people would pretty much ask, Templar, why this gun? Why did you buy it? Simple. I'm a big fan of M1 Garand's, M1 Carbines, and M14s. And seeing to the fact it's very expensive just to even get one of those guns, I decided to get one of these bad boys. However, I think I would have preferred getting the wood design varnish, because one, the plastic does not keep the heat away, and in fact, I burnt myself a couple of times. In fact, I don't know if y'all could see on the index finger, but I got a major burn right there from accidentally touching the barrel by accident. Yeah. Now when I bought this, it came with two of 20-round design box magazines like this. And many people would end up asking, Templar, how good is this gun? Well, I have to say, the firepower of this thing is heavy-duty enough. And plus, the accuracy is perfect, especially for combat design, military design. Now, me and my cousin were firing off the gun and such, and we did have a review on it with him there. Sadly, as I said, the wind cut off everything, literally. Every time the wind blew near that camera, it just took away many points of the audio. So yeah, now I gotta pretty much do the full thing right here with you. Now many people would ask, Templar, is this thing a good gun? Well, actually yes. In fact, me and my cousin were also hip firing it, which is not the most accurate thing you want to do with the thing. However, I am actually told that you could actually rapidly fire it by firing it from the hip, which I tested that out, as you can see in this. I know, you see me just getting excited for that. However, what happened is that the cocking hammer ended up accidentally getting jammed. The gun got a slight few jams here and there, but that could easily be understood. For one, when the gun gets jammed, all I had to do was pull back rack the action, and just make sure the bullet fell out, put a new bullet in. So that's how it would work. Now many people would are pretty much on asking, why was this gun created? Simple. The gun was created for a new design of, well, marksman's gun. Now, Ruger makes these guns and such, both for the 5.56 and the 7.62. Me, I decided to go with the 5.56 since it's a little cheaper. So, how many bullets did we empty out? Probably about nearly 180 bullets. So, yes, we fired off a lot. Now, as I said, when I look at this gun, it just reminds me of an M1 Carbine. Because, look at this. This looks like an M1 Carbine, just blackened style. Now, one to the major forum, my cousin owns an M4, and he actually stated that they actually both feel about the same, but this one, I would have to say, feels a little better, for one, because of this rubberized design of buttstock, meaning I have more controllability. And the fact is, the way it feels like it's more powerful. Now, the way I was holding my gun is I was holding it like this. My cousin, though, was actually mostly holding the magazine like this, which I'm actually told this is the best probably possible way to make sure not to burn your hand. So I'll probably have to keep that in mind next time. Now, maybe people are going to be wondering about this thing. Templar, why did the United States military design this? Well, this was manufactured not for military use, but for special forces. That's right, for the Green Berets and the, well, infamous Navy SEALs. These were close quarters combat marksman's type firearms. Now, I want to put this out here. The design of this is just like an M1 Carbine, though with a mixture of a said M14. As you all understand, the design of it was, well, made off of the design of the M14, but they wanted to make it smaller. So, how did they do that? Simple. They actually made it smaller, so that way it's perfect for close quarters combat fighting. Like, say, say for example, we're in a major crowded city and we're fighting against terrorist units. Guess what? I'm a Navy SEAL or a Green Beret. I'm moving from house to house fighting, and I got a scope on. Guess what? I no longer have to worry about the fact that there's this guy right on the other end of that side of the door and such, and I had to have somebody else on my side to help me out. Because now, I can easily just deal with them by just hip firing. And the fact is, that's why this gun was manufactured for our special forces in Vietnam. Preferably for the Navy SEALs and Green Berets. In fact, I think only a few Green Berets use these things, but from what I understood, there are little information of what battles or contact missions these would have ever seen, since they are the special forces and we don't got that much information on what combat roles they do. Now, many people do want to know what the major forum is. Templar, what the hell is with this weird side piece? What is with this weird guard, this thing that overlaps? Well, simple. It's to keep this thing from accidentally slicing your hand. In fact, while I was holding this, I was trying to make sure to hold it in some place that of which my hand didn't get hurt or whatever. Sadly, I ended up grabbing the metal piece on the very end. Not the best idea, I know. So I tried my best to hold it like this. Note to self, next time, just hold it by the magazine. Because one, I am told the magazine design, like right down here, is actually the perfect place. Don't just hold the mag like this, because otherwise that does jam it. So what you got to do is somewhat like this. Make it perfect for the said area. Now, many people would also ask, Templar, why these guns? Well, simple. If it was used by the United States military at one point in time, that's saying that it was such a good weapon. Now, why don't the United States still use it? Simple. It was, well, rendered obsolete at one point. So that could be a good explanation. Now, just like our American M4s, for example, the M4 Carbine is about to be taken out of military design stock. For example, the M14 had its comings and goings. In fact, the first ever point in history I have ever seen a movie on the M4 would actually have to be the Car-15. And that is actually the first movie I've ever seen which is John Wayne from the Green Berets movie, which is a Special Forces unit. And in fact, the Car-15 was designed for the Special Forces. Just like the Mini-14 or M14 Carbine, whatever you want to pronounce it as. So, why is it that this one had become obsolete by the United States military? Well, kind of obvious. The design of it was not the most superb for some parts of reasons, since in fact it still had the same problems like M1 Garands and, well, M14s. There's a massive gap in this little area right there, that of which you can accidentally get dust in. However, I've actually seen torture videos on this, and I've actually seen that they actually work phenomenally, especially in mud and dust terrain. Plus, this design, if any of y'all are true loving Americans that love badass old-fashioned firearms like the M14, then this is your gun. Now, the way this operates was a firm simple. If you pretty much, well, run out of bullets, for example, the gun just stays open. Then many of you would ask, but Templar, why was this for? Simple, to actually inform you that you're out of bullets. Although, in the middle of a firefight, I doubt this was actually the best option. However, because of that design, this means I can easily close it a lot better than I would normally with other bullets. Or should I say other guns. Now, you also have this little button here that actually does a quick release and locks it. Like so. You always take your 20 rounds design magazine, place it in. There you go. Now, since I don't have any bullets, this thing is not going forward, so yeah, I'm not putting a bullet in this. I don't have the training round on me yet, so yeah. However, if any of y'all want a gun that has the old-fashioned sights like this, I would highly recommend getting it. Now, though, many people would ask, Templar, why these guns in particular? Well, it's simple. These guns were designed for a particular reason for firefights. Now, some people would automatically say, but Templar, these guns are ineffective for some practical use. I actually don't see it that way. But some major forms I have heard is the fact that these guns were obsolete because of the design on their said firearm capability. Now, there are different variations, I'm told, but all in all, they are technically the same design as an M14. Now, while firing this thing, we can easily do rapid fire like nothing. In fact, my cousin says this acts just like an assault rifle. And he's kind of right, actually. I would have to put this out here. He's kind of right about that, because it sounded like an assault rifle from such a distance that one could actually just feel like as though it's almost like an M1, like you're firing an M2 Carbine or an M1 Carbine, just rapidly pulling the trigger. So that's why it was designed for this. Now, I want to put this out here though, because of the firepower itself, I think I might have loosened some gears in here and there, but it will does need a little bit of tightening. But yeah. Now some people would ask, Templar, what is the far off range this thing could take in a major form? Well, as I said, this was a combat military compact weapon, meaning it's meant for house-to-house fighting mostly. However, for far range use, that's what it was meant for. So why design it that way? Simple. Do you want a gun that actually hits a target at the far range, or in the process hits it very close? Well, the answer is you want it for both. You want it for close range and long range uses. Though I have heard some problems about these guns, and that would be the fact that they are nothing compared to the old M14. Well, probably not. However, one thing I always love is that type of safety system. Meaning, safety off, safety on. All you gotta do is move your finger. I don't have to do it like an M4 or an M16 or anything like that, or an AK-47, and use my entire hand or my thumb. I could just put my finger in the trigger guard, push forward, and it's ready to fire. Pull it back, and it's on safety again. So that's the major for you I actually like about these things. But all in all, entirety of accuracy, we did incredible damage to our spinner target, which apparently my cousin decided to buy a pistol rated, and I think the fact is we were way too close to that thing, so that could be a major example. But all in all, I have to say this gun is light enough, it is compact enough, it is perfect for the farmer, it is perfect for your everyday civilian or whatever to protect his home. Now, I could probably also see the one major fact that when it comes down to that boyfriend that you dads actually always hate and make sure that they don't do anything funny business with your daughter. Here's the thing, you just tell them this right on the front porch, that the following that the gun is now loaded, boy, and this gun's off safety. Literally. You know, one thing, if the bad boyfriend even thinks of doing something to your daughter, he does not want to deal with a daddy that which has an attitude. So, do I ever agree that this is probably meant for the home personal use? Most likely, yes, since it's compact enough, and as well, it's portable enough for said combat use. Because, one, if this thing was used by United States military at one point in time, you know that it is a gun for you. Now, many people would ask, Templar, would you recommend actually rapid firing something like this into somebody? Only for self-defense. Now, people would automatically think that the design magazine system is a little obsolete. Well, here's the thing. I could push the said magazine release with my finger. Like that. I don't have to use my thumb. Simple. However, when this thing does not have any magazine bullets in the mag, I have to be careful because this acts like an M1 Garand. You know what I'm talking about. M1 Garands have the problem with the grand thumb routine, with some idiots even placing their thumb in, which I'm not going to do that with this. Because one, I already heard of how dangerous that is. Also, I got to be careful for M1 Garand if he, because one, I got to be careful with getting an M1 Garand, because one, I know Grand Thumb might actually have me put my finger in that, which I'm not going to do. So, yeah. All in all, though, the gun is perfect for, well, ranchers, fun to shoot with, and probably even perfect for hunting use. In fact, I actually feel it very light and effective. In fact, most of the weight I feel is right here in the receiving end, in the receiver, rather than anywhere over here, which the majority of soldiers, when it comes to carbines and such, they always say that somewhere over here or somewhere over here. Well, one, it's right in the middle, meaning it is the more compact maximum military use. But how about enough talking, and you just see us shooting it.
Get him!
Shot the spinner.
Stop! Okay. Gonna try hitting that log. Alright. Woohoo! Oh, still got ammo. We're clear.
Well, I hope you all liked that. Because one, I sure as hell did. Anyways, guys, it's been Celtic Templar. Hope to see y'all in the next one. Like and subscribe for more. And if y'all have any ideas of firearms I should be able to get myself to buy, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to take a look at them. Because one, a list of those would be pretty badass. Anyways, guys, it's been Celtic Templar. Hope to see y'all in the next one. Have a great day.
Mm-hmm.